too strong.
It actually depresses me a bit. Because they're one of my favorite units.
Just keep buffing them. It'll be fine.
They were buffed to the point where they were actually strong, but then they just got bugged. It's like, well, let's just have Chrono bug out half the times to balance it out for it.
Perfect. Alright, so I think we're going to take another quick break while we try to round up these players for our last game or two.
Next one already hosted?
Oh, is it hosted? I mean, I didn't see any response from Slato. Oh, wait, no, he's here. Alright, I thought Slato wasn't here. My bad. Alright, so this is the final of the 2023 Spring Invitational Qualifier. Slato Noob versus Auto Noob on the cold place. And if Slato Noob wins, that's it. But if Auto Noob wins, we go to the tiebreaker on Tag Crafty's map Scummus. Or some map of approximately that name.
I want to see a first bomber.
Me too. Let's get a first bomber.
Well, 1 year ago or less, they were not bugged yet. It happened like half a year ago. I used to use them all the time, but like half a year ago, between half a year and 1 year ago, they got bugged, and now since they've been unusable.
Alright, here we go. It's going to be a Cyber Mirror with both players going first bomber. That's my call.
If only. That would be funny.
Look, first bomber into first bomber is just...
That is like... At minute 3, it's literally 2 cripples fighting each other because of that. You cripple yourself so much by doing that, and if your opponent does the same thing, you can unironically, like, well, it's very hard, but well, I guess it isn't happening on this map. The thing is, like on a map like Saturns, because you have to walk your ACU mid after the first bomber, if both mids first bomber each other, and they of course both walk mid as well, you're basically permanently locked until your team saves you. That's how it goes.
It's brutal.
Absolutely brutal. Sadly, both of these players are in fact cowards.
Where's my first bomber?
I just noticed Auto Noob doesn't have a dash line between Auto and Noob, and Slato does. Where's the consistency, Mr. SNF?
Yeah, I'm gonna go call up the SNF style guide guy and let him know that there's an issue.
Exactly. I'm surprised by the. I mean, it's not like Siren is the strongest faction here. I mean, it's like Aeon is pretty strong here to just park an Aurora to deny Navy, like engineers in the water to reclaim, because most of the reclaim on this map is in the water.
Yeah, there's just a huge amount of reclaim. It's all in the water. And of course, you also do the funny thing on this map where both ACUs will like go past each other underwater to go attack the enemy base.
Yeah, that can happen. It's a very hard map to play. Like, it's very hard to decide what to focus on, what to do, because there's multiple ways you can play it, and I guess I kind of like that. That's why it's a pretty good map.
Strategic diversity.
Yeah, but like a lot of maps don't actually have that.
They don't.
It's like a lot of maps is just, well, you spam the units into one of the lanes and then you fight over the lanes. But here it's like, well, are you gonna focus on mid, but then you might lose out on the expansions, like at the bottom, which is, you know, where most of the mexes actually are that can get raided. But like if you win, like if you send a lot of units through the bottom and you raid the bottom left for auto, and you secure the bottom right and middle bottom for yourself, that's an extra 10 mexes you have. Your opponent doesn't. Like, how do you rush bombers to snipe shit? You have to rush labs. You still have to grab the reclaim next to your base, but you don't have many mexes, so you still need to expand a lot. But also spam a lot, and but make a lot of build power. And you have to time the Navy right as well, because Navy is where most of the reclaim is. But if you go for it too early and you get raided in your expansions, you get fucked. Just hard decisions to make, but that is what makes it good.
Yeah, personally, I'm a fan of like very aggressive ACU moves through the middle, and then try to somehow sync up your ACU with your army up top.
Yeah, especially if you're against Cybern, I feel. Well, at least versus Cybern or UEF, I'd say, because Aeon, like, if you just you're facing some Auroras that you can't kill with ACU moves like that, which is very annoying. And Sarah can also have some Phobos, like killing you from a distance. Medusas and Lobos don't really do that too well. So Slato is first for the Navy.
He wants subs.
He's going subs. I guess his opponent is Siren as well, so he doesn't need Trigger to snipe engineers.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Slato is not spending his mass though. He's overflowing mass.
Oh, and there's one nice tank in the back. Auto noob sneaking by, gets one reclaiming engineer, and it's just going to be a nuisance.
Slato has 8 engineers, Auto has 14. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that's a small difference.
There's one engineer from Auto, from Slato though at the bottom left that is very quick there. Minute 4.
Let him go.
I'm surprised he even bothers to make that PD, because we just need the factory. Like, a factory is only 10 seconds longer than the PD, and if he finishes that, then it's safe anyway. There's not gonna be more than one tank there. Okay, he switched to a factory. Stream sniping.
Is anyone else in this Discord call? Should we check?
Yeah, that's definitely the right move, the factory for the PD. Maybe he did it because he saw there were no raids either. He has a... Okay, Auto does have a factory at the right side as well. Not as close to the front, but still close enough to make some quick engineers. And now, because Slato was faster with his ACU, is gonna reclaim the factory faster. Although I don't think he is gonna be able to deny this frigate. It's already halfway complete from auto, and so it's only 30 more seconds. It still takes quite some time to reclaim it.
Let's see.
But the sub will kind of counter auto's ACU. Honestly, not even. I think it's a good move to sub instead of frigates here.
Autonoob's having like economic problems here. He's stalling minus 34 mass. He might not be able to get that frigate out in time.
Yeah. Dude, that's if all the factories reclaims. Dude, you need to pause everything. If the frigate doesn't get out, then it's. I mean, it's not insanely crucial, but it's very annoying. It's so close!
Oh no! It was like 99%.
It was the mess all that got him.
Oh, terrible.
Honestly, Slato's plan now should be hoard a shit ton of Mantis for if Auto leaves the water. Because that one sub will eventually do a lot of damage. He actually will have a second sub if he isn't also... No, the sub isn't gonna finish. Honestly, I'd say the biggest misplay from Slato is he doesn't have any reclaiming engineers in mid, which means he doesn't have any engineers with which he could repair or assist the factory. He could have gotten the sub out. Okay, Auto just instantly moves back to home with his ASU. But that means he's gonna lose like 2.5k HP in total. Which is a pretty big win for Slato.
I mean, the problem...
Slato is just safe, can just safely hide in the water, while also can't.
Yeah, that one sub is all the difference, because it means that, you know, he can't hide in the water.
Yeah, but Slato needs to focus on getting a lot more reclaim engineers in the water, because Slato right now is only on 2.5k reclaim. Also is on 3.5k, but Slato should have access to more.
Alright, but Slato's also got to be careful that he doesn't get shift G'd too badly in this position.
That's true. I don't know why he's shooting at the factory when there's units in range.
It's interesting.
These aren't enough units yet, though. Although it's enough units to have a pretty favorable trade for HP.
I mean, I think it's...
Make an East storage.
I'm not a huge fan of this. It's not going to kill him, and you're just sucking tanks.
Let's make an East storage. I think it's... okay, he shoot OC any second now. Okay, do it.
Boom.
There we go.
There we go. He's getting out of there.
Without the OC, I think it was fine, because you get the ACU pretty low.
You should pop out like a little bit and just get that last 25 mass killed for the vet.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. Just getting that extra 6 regen per second is over time. Well, it's something some people would call it kind of irrelevant, but me, as an effort ACU suicider, I would say that 6 regen is pretty good.
Every point of regen matters.
Yes.
Yeah, now the sub can just sit here and shoot the engineers as they try to go reclaim stuff.
Yeah, that sub is gonna be extremely valuable.
And now Slato's just gonna go back in the water. He's like, alright, I'll build some more subs now that your AC was walked all the way back home.
Yep. He's gonna make one more sub. I think he only needs one more and then can make frigates.
Oh, but look at this T2 air.
There's a torp bomber, yeah. There, I looked for it earlier and I didn't see it, which was a bit clownish, I guess.
This is why he needed the vet.
That's true, dude. It's crucial. Funnily enough, because Auto suicided a lot of his units to damage the ACU, it was safer for Slato to retreat back on land. Although there would be a gunship, of course.
Yeah, and there's no AA, so this is probably the move.
The Intis are suicided to try and kill the torp bomber, but there's not enough Intis.
They don't even manage it. Alright, Slato might die here. Or at least a draw could probably be forced.
I think he's actually dead.
Yeah, I mean...
Torp bomber lived on 100 HP. Okay, it should die now. No, he didn't! Okay, he locked the right one. But it got another pass off.
Oh, it did die!
16 HP!
Okay, alright, there's AA now.
The issue is you can't factory block either because there's too much reclaim.
Alright, that torp bomber goes down. How many left?
He needs 2 more, but he only has 1 torp. He will get out. He will actually survive.
See, this is why he needed the extra regen. All right, wait. Actually, one more pass.
But Otto is following with ace. I know Slato's outside of the 500 damage range though. But aside from that, was a big fight in front of Otto's base, but he kind of managed to defend. I mean, he should be building Corsairs now, which he's making renegades, but that's not gonna work.
Yeah, like one Corsair on him right now would kill him.
Now Otto is gonna go back. Otto is... Well, he shouldn't be in danger. Like, one Torp can kill both of those subs. But those subs have definitely paid for themselves, dude. Holy shit. But now Otto is gonna go back into the water. Are we gonna actually stabilize from this position? Somehow?
We better not. Like, I mean, I guess Otto has this nice reclaim field in his main base, and the Navy's kind of a wash.
You know what? Funnily enough, Otto got way more reclaim from the Navy than Slato did. For some reason, Slato really didn't want it. There's no Torp bomber. He's only now making one. There's a third sub about to be there. He should hide the subs next to the cliff, so maybe the first pass of the Torp bombers will miss. Like he should like hide them here. That's the perfect spot to hide them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like, that might actually win him the game if he hides them there.
Otto's losing a lot of health pretty rapidly here. 3 subs is a lot.
He's moving the Intis in position. If he kills the Torp bomber when it only gets 1 pass, it's gonna be close again, dude.
Oh no! Alright, he's down to 1k.
He's gonna get out. He's gonna get out of the water. He's also gonna survive on like 500 HP.
Alright, well done, well done.
And the Torp bomber actually wasn't killed in the first pass. Although Slato does win air. Slato also... Now Slato is making the Corsairs.
You don't want to make Corsairs? I'll make Corsairs. Show you how it's done.
So Otto is actually 14 mass per second, well 12 now, mass per second ahead, because he keeps raiding the back with some Mantis that both have 5 kills each. And the bottom is completely one for Otto as well. So the situation is actually extremely bad. So he needs to make the sniper work, otherwise Slato will lose, most likely.
Alright, there's a second Corsair coming across the map. Otto is dodging pretty well, but not well enough!
He wasn't! He blocked himself with a man!
Oh no!
GG.
GG.
Wow.
The Corsair! Oh no. Alright, so that means Slato is our Spring Invitational Qualifier champion for 2023. Congrats to him. That was an entertaining game.
It was a good last game to watch.
Yeah, he of little faith. See, it's fun stuff happens here.
Slightly better than Cobalt Valley.
High bar you set there. High bar.
It's still the best 5km map.
Wait, why are the odds 99-1 on Slato?
That makes sense.
I don't know why people bet every single point they had on Slato winning. But they did. Except for one guy who didn't get the memo. Alright, so I think that is where we're going to wrap up our coverage of the qualifier tournament. So, thanks for joining me, Farms.
No problem.
Congrats to our winners. In first, we have Slato. In second, Auto Noob. In third, we have Knock. Fourth is Natron. And fifth is One Above All. Those players will be moving on to the group stage, which will be same time, 14 UTC on next Saturday. the 22nd of April. So I'd like to thank Nock for helping me out with some of the tournament directing as we're going on. And I'd also like to thank Rowie for doing a lot of good promotional work to help get the word out. And I'd like to thank Farms for casting with me, giving me his critical opinions on maps and how they suck. But most importantly, I'd like to thank all the people who support FAF here on Twitch and on Patreon, who make these events possible. And of course, all the players and viewers who make them worthwhile. So with that, thank you all, and we will see you next Saturday for the group stage. Good night.